So today we're doing something special. I think I say that every time, but today's true because we're doing the 21 question stack created by Ellie Glines. I'll post her video down below, but I'm pretty sure you've already seen that one. This stack was created a couple of weeks ago and has since been done by a lot of YouTubers, and I've seen a lot of versions of it, and I thought it was quite a lot of fun, so that's what we're doing today. I just want to say quickly, if you're new here, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I post every Tuesday, Friday and Sunday, and I post makeup and art videos. So let's get into the 21 questions. The first question is, what is the oldest makeup product in your collection? The thing is, I still have some old makeup at my parents' house, so it's definitely one of those items because I have some very old eyeshadows. So the oldest one I have here in Nijmegen is probably this eyeshadow palette by Chanel. I think this is 12 years old, maybe even 13 or 14. I don't really use this one. The quality wasn't that great to begin with, and I mean, it's very old now. But I still keep it because this is the first Chanel palette I ever got. It was a present for my mom and I got it while I was in Paris. So that's always a special memory for me. Then the second question is, what is your newest makeup purchase? And I did a haul today. So I purchased some stuff yesterday and I have it here. So the newest thing I purchased is this Guerlain L'Essentiel foundation. And in the same haul, I also hauled the new Huda Beauty foundation and a new lash glue by Queen Tarzi. That just came in today, so that's very recent. Then the third question, what is the first makeup product you ever used? And I think it has got to be lip gloss, but I'm not sure what kind. The first thing I remember using is a bullet lipstick. But I think I had lip glosses before that. And the bullet lipstick I'll answer a question about a little bit later. So I'm gonna keep you in the dark for a little bit. I'm starting to think maybe the first makeup product I ever used was nail polish. Because I remember receiving 3 ballerina colored nail polishes when I was about 6 years old. So I think those may have been the first. I'm not sure. Question 4. What is a makeup trend that you used to love but you now hate? I don't know, there are some things I don't like, but I never liked them. So what's something that I used to love? I think putting black eyeliner in my waterline. So I sometimes still do that when I do a very smoky eye, but usually I try to keep my waterline pretty light. So today I chose this copper colored one from Charlotte Tilbury because I feel like it opens the eyes just a little bit more. Because I rarely wear black eyeshadow, I just don't feel it's appropriate on the lower lash line. So I guess that's one. And what is a makeup trend that you used to hate but now love? And I think that's anything powders for the cheeks. So what I used to like was putting on a lot of foundation, and this is when I was still dancing, and from 10 years old I had to do theater makeup, but I didn't do any blush or anything. I just liked the look of doing a white face and nothing on it, just the eyes and lips. So I think the trend that I used to hate is putting anything on my cheek at all. So now I do bronzer, blush and highlight most of the time, but not back then. Question 6. What is your favorite step in your makeup routine? Well, it has to be eyeshadow because I love eyeshadow the most of all makeup products, and I actually love the artistic thought that usually goes behind putting on eyeshadow. But I started thinking about it and I actually also really like applying my bronzer. I think that's the one Ellie Glines chose as answer. And I just like the feeling of really structuring my face, and I don't know, it feels nice to do. But then I love the artisticness of putting on eyeshadow and choosing the colors and everything. It's just, your eyes are so tiny, it doesn't... I wish I had this big eyes. Then I would do eyeshadow like this. Question 7. What is a makeup product you can't live without? And I think it's lip gloss. Or lip balm, but if it has to be an actual makeup product, it's lip gloss. Because I just love putting on gloss all through the day. Even if I'm not wearing makeup, I'll put on a balm in the morning, but then I'll usually put on lip glosses through the day. So I rotate between a lot of mostly cheaper lip glosses, and I just love being sparkly a little bit. So yeah, that would be very hard to live without. What sparked your love for makeup? I think my makeup love went in a couple of phases. So I talked about how I used to dance and wore a lot of stage makeup. That didn't really spark any love for it because it was very much associated with the dance. So I don't know, I didn't really love doing that. I thought it looked kind of cool, but I didn't love it. So what I did love, and this is about the same time, when I was about 10 years old, I started putting that black eyeliner in my waterline and later even smudging it out underneath my eyes because I was kind of a goth. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I had the black nail polish, and sometimes I wore mascara, but sometimes I wore dark red lipstick, but that was a little bit later. So I think that's what started it. Really understanding that makeup could be a part of an alternative culture. And the ball just kept rolling, and I started adding some eyeshadows and stuff, and I started to realize that you don't have to be a goth to wear makeup, and that's where my love for this kind of makeup began. So I think that's only about 5 to 7 years ago that I really started getting into full faces of makeup, and I still don't do it all the time, and I definitely didn't do that a couple of years ago, but I think that's where it all began. What's the worst makeup look you've ever done? Okay, this is difficult because I remember feeling so pretty in my foundation white face without any blush and my look without the mascara and the black eyeliner. I really felt very pretty in that, but it can't have been. It just can't. So I think that has to be it. I think my white face with the eyeliner on the waterline and then some mascara and a bright red lipstick. It has to be my worst makeup look ever. But then there's also one that springs to mind, and I don't think it's here, but let me check if maybe it's still on my phone. Ah, I found it! Okay, so in my head the one I'm going to show you is a little bit uglier. So this is the look. I remember taking the picture because I thought it would be fun for Instagram, you know, to show something that wasn't very pretty. But then I didn't hate it enough. I didn't think it would come across as that ugly. But I really hated my eyebrows here. And I'll show you again. You see those brows, and then the color lipstick just didn't work out, and my eyeshadow wasn't very pretty, and the blush I was using was very patchy, and I don't know, I just hated the way this looked. Then the next question is, what is the prettiest look you've ever done? For that question, I'm going to my Instagram page. I think it's this one. This look I did a couple of months ago when I received my, a couple of weeks ago I think. I got a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk and luxury palette of pups for Christmas. And then I did this look. And I just thought it looked kind of nice. Kind of nice and sparkly and a little bit more soft. And I don't know, I've done some dramatic looks as well, and I've really liked those as well, but I don't know, if I'm scrolling through my Instagram, this is the one that speaks to me the most. What's your favorite drugstore makeup product is the next question. I think right now it's this. It's a really unexpected product. It's by Catrice. It's their Sun Lover Glow Bronzing Powder. I picked this up about a month and a half ago, and I don't know, I love using this. I don't have that many bronzers, but I do have the Charlotte Tilbury one. I have one in my Hourglass palette. I have one from Clinique, so I have some pretty high-end options. But I really like this one more. It builds, but it also diffuses a lot, so I can make it a lot lighter. And then I can choose if I want to keep it a little bit more light by staying here, or if I want to intensify by going in here. And I just like this dome marbled packaging, and it's only like $2.50 or something. It's ridiculous. So I bought it on a whim, but I really like it. What's your favorite splurge makeup product? I have to say, it's a couple of things. I like splurging on anything, but mainly on eyeshadow, lipstick and foundation. So at the moment, okay, I think I have something. I have this lipstick here from Chanel. This was from their holiday collection of 2020. And these lipsticks are usually quite expensive, but these are even more expensive because of the nice golden packaging. But I really love this shade. It's 107 or beige. And it's this nice nudie terracotta shade with a little bit of sparkle in it. And I have to say, even within the class of Chanel, this was a splurge. So yeah, I think this is a proper answer. What is your most repurchased makeup product? And I wasn't sure how I had to interpret this question, because if I look at my whole buying history, it has to be the Bourjois mascara, that very fat tube. It was like this big. I think I repurchased that about 5 times. Or the Bourjois lip gloss, I also bought a lot of those. But if I have to think about something that I still own right now, then it becomes a little bit more difficult, because I actually haven't repurchased that many things yet. Like I said, I've only been into makeup again for about 5 years, and I'm still growing my collection. It's not like I've bought tons and tons of product every year. So there hasn't been many things that I wanted to repurchase. So I hope my other answer counts. Otherwise I have nothing. What is your earliest makeup memory? This is the one I mentioned earlier. So now I want to talk about the lipstick, the bullet lipstick. So when I was about 8 years old, I was staying over at my aunt's house for a couple of days, and she took me shopping. And we went to the local drugstore because she had to pick something up, and I was curious. I was always looking at makeup anyway, but this is the first time I was actually interested in buying something, perhaps. So my aunt said, let's both pick out a lipstick and a matching lip liner. So that's what we did, and I chose something, I think it was sort of Bordeaux colored. I don't know, it wasn't ugly. I don't have it anymore, but I don't think it was that bad. And the lip liner was in exactly the same shade. So now I would usually go a little bit more darker, but no, it was exactly the same shade. So it kind of disappeared. And I remember arriving at her house, and she had a very large mirror right next to the TV, and we were facing the TV, and I would get up about every 15 minutes or maybe half an hour, and I would go to the mirror and reapply my lipstick. And then about every 2 hours I would also reapply the lip liner, and that would be my whole evening. And I was so fascinated with those products. So yeah, I guess that also really sparked my interest. I just really liked the way my lips looked when they were a little bit darker, and I just thought, you know, every time I took a sip of water I thought, oh no, it's gone, so I have to reapply, and that's what I did. Question number 15. What is your favorite place to shop for makeup? So none of you is going to know this, but it's the Bijenkorf. It's the department store here in the Netherlands. We only have one department store left. It is a chain, but it's a small chain. It was recently acquired by Selfridges, so it's now a daughter company of Selfridges. And it's sort of similar to Selfridges, just a little bit smaller. And there used to be a store near where I lived, but they closed it down. But there's still an online store, and I still like to go there in Amsterdam or other bigger cities in the Netherlands. So I go there whenever I have the chance, and I like to shop there because they have all the luxury makeup brands. So there's a lot of brands that you otherwise could not buy or not very easily buy in the Netherlands, like Charlotte Tilbury or NARS. So that's why I like the Bijenkorf, because they also have all those other luxury brands that I can buy anywhere. If you ask me where I shop the most, it's Ici Paris XL, which is sort of the local perfumery, which also sells a lot of makeup brands like Chanel and Dior, and recently also things like Huda Beauty and It Cosmetics, because I think they're branching out. So those are my two favorite places to shop. Okay, question 16. What is the most underrated makeup product you own? I think it has to be this Chanel Le Beige Cushion Foundation. I never hear anyone talk about this. I've seen Angela Van Rose do a comparison between all the Le Beige foundations, but that's about it. I never hear anyone talk about this, and it is still available, including the refills. So that means it's not discontinued yet or anything. And it's not even that extremely pricey because you can get the refills. No, this is a very nice light coverage foundation, but it dries down, but it does leave a little bit of shine. So it's very natural and still a little bit more put together, and I really like this one, and I also think it smells very nice, but I never hear anyone talk about it. 17 is what is the most overrated makeup product you own. I don't like admitting these kind of things because that means I spent money on something that was a bit of a ridiculous purchase. But I got sucked into the hype of the cream bronzer by Chanel. So this is the new reformulated Soleil Tan de Chanel. And it's now called the Le Beige Bronzing Cream. And I don't think it's that different from the old one. That's not why it's a regret. It's just that it doesn't really work for me. It's kind of dark and kind of yellow or orange. And even though it spreads out nicely, I never use it. I never reach for it. And it's definitely not deserving of the hype that it gets, in my opinion. 18. What is a discontinued makeup product you wish would come back? I'm not even sure if this is discontinued. But I think those bourgeois lip glosses. So the ones in the kind of hourglass shaped bottles with lots of sparkles in them. I used to own so many of them. Well, so many, like not more than 3 at a time, but still in total I've owned like 6 of those, and I used to love those. And recently I was at the bourgeois counter, the shelf at my local drugstore, and I was searching for them and I couldn't find them anymore, and I thought it was kind of a pity because I wanted to give them another try. Question 19 is, where do you go for makeup inspiration? I think I go mostly to YouTube, because I see a lot of things on Instagram all day around, and I see maybe hundreds of pictures every day because I do scroll and look at the people I follow. I like to keep up just a little bit, and then it just doesn't stick. I see something pretty and I linger a little bit and I read the description and I like it and then I move along. But when I watch a YouTube video, I get really inspired by the way people talk about their products and the way people apply things that might be interesting for me, and you know, the whole process inspires me to do something similar. I'm never really inspired to do exactly the same thing. So I think YouTube is my main source for inspiration. For drawings, it's Pinterest, by the way. Question 20 is, what do you hope to see less of in makeup's future? I think false advertising. So, or like advertising things that no one knows yet if they are important or not, or if they work or not. So claims like blue light rays, blue light screens, I mean, in foundations. I mean, no one knows yet how dangerous for the skin that stuff really is, and no one knows how effective those foundations actually are. Same with sunscreen. You know, you still have to wear your sunscreen because you never know what kind of protection your foundation would actually give. So I think that's not important. Makeup is to make you look a certain way, not to make your skin do certain things. That's what skincare is for. So I feel like those things shouldn't overlap too much anymore. Also, things can get really pricey really fast when there's skincare infused in it. And then finally, question 21, what do you hope to see more of in makeup's future? And this was a very easy question for me. It's color! I want to see more color in makeup, especially in eyeshadow palettes and also in lipsticks. Because I love my nudes and I also love my nude eyeshadows. But I like to play with color and I like to look at pretty colorful eyeshadow palettes, and I'd like to see them not only from indie brands but especially from my luxury brands. Like Byredo, for instance, recently released a very large colorful eyeshadow palette, and I thought that was wonderful, and I am considering purchasing that one. But I want to see more of that, you know, keep it coming. And also I'd like to see more strange colored lipsticks, because I see Jeffree Star do some of those, but I want to see them from other brands because Jeffree Star right now is a little bit iffy. So yeah, let's experiment with color just a little bit more. Let's get out of our comfort zone and, you know, let's be happy with our makeup for a little bit. Alright, that was it. Those were the 21 questions. I hope you enjoyed me answering all of those, and I invite you to do the same tag, and I'll definitely watch it if you tag me. So leave a like or a comment if you want to, and otherwise subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!